Yeah, and very similar strategies in terms of, things that you can do at home to support, a child's development in play, modelling and encouraging that imaginative play, dolls, cooking, kitchens, building with blocks, the tissue box becomes the aeroplane that moves through, providing those opportunities and modelling and demonstrating those, because, without opportunities to learn or to have a go, we're kind of missing that opportunity there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if we think about different types of play, you mentioned earlier children maybe sitting in one type of play. We need language. If you're playing with a plane, you use different words than if you're playing dolls. When you're cooking, we need to have words like stirring and chopping. When we have a baby, we need to have words like sleeping and feeding, and being able to use and model those words for kids so they can hear them and then use them in their own play. So it's great to talk about play and how important it is for children, but what are some of the other areas in the OT scope that you think about for kids starting kindy and prep?
Yeah, great question, Tess. And I think, OT is such a big, broad scope, and there's so many areas that we tend to look at. But, for today, I've sort of gone through three really that come to mind for me. So one of the areas that first comes to mind is the topic of transition. So transitions happen all the time at school, and that's, when we think about that, that's being able to move from one activity to another, move between different environments, so going from in the classroom out to the playground, even sometimes transitioning between different people, so different teachers, and also being able to transition and switch our focus between whether that's a topic or an activity that we're doing as well. And for some kids, transitions can be really overwhelming, particularly, if there's not a lot of warning time in the lead up to that. And so, things that we can do at home to help our children, practice that flexibility and practice transitions are things like being able to, or using timers, so countdown timers, to help predict and warn that transition is coming up. Using visuals and giving gentle heads up before changing activities. So, in 5 minutes we're going to pack away, and then it's time for the next thing that we're moving on to. These are things that we can help to make those school transitions a little bit easier as well.
So that idea of transitioning is a bit more familiar. Oh yeah, mum did this at home, and so now I'm aware of what it is.
This language is familiar to me. Yeah.